Course.
Is the attendance tool in Canvas, you know?
Oh, I don't. We don't use it. I don't know if it's
How do you guys use it? Online or is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, they
And shirts too, yeah, they're like down. Who's for assessment?
And then all the works. And then those are all the studies. That's what I was.
I think I'm gonna create different maps.
And one using for general.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But they don't.
Yeah, we're gonna do like 30 minutes of work time and then have them do their last thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I figured that there would be questions and like help, so. We can probably go ahead, so we've got most everybody.
Okay, how's everybody doing? Food coma or all right? I think we're over the hump, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Got about halfway through this week, so.
Yeah.
So basically, this is going to be, some of you I know have already seen this at Spring Symposium. I did kind of an identical presentation, but for those of you who haven't, this is we're going to be talking about TechSmith Relay, a new tool that we're pretty excited about here at CU Online. Basically, the whole motivation behind this tool is based on the concept that most online courses have a recorded lecture of some sort or another in them. Usually said that the best practice is to divide up your recorded lectures into small bite-sized chunks because of problems of like attention span in online video can cause an issue. But one thing that is actually pretty effective, as opposed to just keeping like your video short and bite-sized, is bringing an activity right into that video. So there's just a quote from some academic research here saying, interpolated quizzing during a video recorded lecture will reduce mind wandering, increases task-relevant behaviors such as note-taking, boosts learning, and also improves calibration between predicted and actual performance, meaning that if you ask a student, oh, did you understand everything that was in that lecture? They're like, yeah, I watched the lecture, I understand, so I'll probably do pretty well. That's usually pretty far off when it's just the recorded lecture, especially a long lecture, because they're playing it, and then maybe they go to a different tab and check their notifications on Facebook, or look at the news, maybe do a little shopping while the lecture is playing.
Just
So
like
if you have
in class, right?
Exactly, just like in class, except it's magnified. It's magnified in the online environment.
Yeah, you could.
There are tons of distractions. I kind of like to tell people that if the internet existed when I was an undergraduate, I probably would never have graduated. So, but keeping your students engaged, I think, is very important with especially the lecture type material. So if you have the ability to insert quizzes or activities like that in the middle of a lecture, that's really valuable. It keeps their attention. Like, oh, quiz question coming up. I better take notes. I better pay attention. I better get this concept. So anyway, that motivated kind of the search for a video solution that kind of started when I came on board over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, where we started, playing with a couple of different tools. But some of our needs were we needed a place that could host videos. We don't have a dedicated video host right now. I think a lot of instructors are ad hoc using YouTube, or they're just uploading things directly into Canvas. We wanted to have some sort of interactivity, whether that was annotation or commenting, or especially quizzing. It had to have a good Canvas integration. I mean, that's just a fact of life. Instructors and students expect a lot of stuff to be actually accessible within Canvas. We also wanted to have easy analytics, meaning that an instructor can go through and get information on how students are interacting with video content. If you put a YouTube clip in there, or even just use the regular tool, you can see maybe that students visited the page. You can't see how much of the video they actually watched or interacted with it. And it had to be easy to use. So just a little bit of background. We tested it out and looked at a few different solutions. One of them was Instructure's ARC product, which is out right now. We actually got a sneak preview of it when it was called Tweed, and they called it Signal, and then they called it ARC. But that's kind of we had to look at that because we're like, hey, we like Instructure, we like Canvas. They're a good vendor to work with. They're coming out with a video tool. So we took a look at that. I had a small group of faculty pilot that first semester. It ticked some of the boxes. It didn't tick all of the boxes. It was a video hosting solution, yes. All you could do though was upload an original video. So you had to be responsible for creating that video in the first place and upload it. And then it had inline commenting, meaning that students or faculty could comment at a certain point and have kind of like an in-text discussion. It didn't really check all the boxes that we were looking for. We did, however, really like this product called Zaption, which made use of YouTube video. So the video had to exist in YouTube, so it didn't really allow you to upload your original video, but a lot of instructors wanted to get either YouTube videos or host it themselves or whatever and put it on YouTube and put it in. It had a very, very robust feature set, lots of different types of quizzing questions, had annotations, had even an inline discussion feature. We were really excited to roll that out, and then they got bought by Workday, which is an HR software company, and they shut down their education platform right as we were launching the pilot. So, boo. A bunch of other companies came in the wake because they said, hey, Zaption closed down. We know a lot of people out there really love Zaption, so we're going to cobble together a solution to replace that. PlayPosit was one of them. We tried them out a little bit. They had a lot of the same feature sets, but we were pretty wary about being Zaptioned by them because they're still a small company, startup. Are they going to get bought up or are they going to shut down? And so I kind of circled back onto TechSmith Relay. I had some experience using Relay at my previous institution, just a very basic form of this. Basically, all you do a lecture capture and hosting, and then you share the URL out. It was pretty simple, but I saw that the the new version of Relay had some of that special stuff that we were looking for. So in the spring semester, we piloted that. And we had about 13 total instructors and academic support staff that participated in the pilot. Added the Canvas integration to each of those courses. Several different use cases were tested out. Didn't really provide a whole lot of training, just kind of let them go ahead and have at it and get feedback. I distributed surveys. Those who did respond, they were all supposed to respond, but they all didn't. Happens. But the ones that I got were overall very, very positive, and they like to, they wanted to see it continue. So, what exactly is TechSmith Relay? Primarily, it is a desktop lecture capture system. That's kind of the core product. You install a small piece of software on your computer. It captures your screen and it captures your voice. It can also capture your webcam. And you use it to record a lecture or whatever's going on your screen. You could be doing a software tutorial or something like that. I've seen other uses where you're providing feedback to a student by basically bringing up Word. You have the student's paper there. You talk them through the evaluation of that paper. It also lets you host any existing video files that you may have. Let's say a lot of faculty have used Zoom to capture their own lectures, and they save it as a file on their computer. You can take that file and you can upload it via the recorder tool here, and it will actually host it in Relay's website, and then you can add other things on, like quizzing. There's an in-video quizzing engine that lets you add multiple choice, true, false, short answer, and short response type questions to those videos. It also supports YouTube videos too. You can bring that in. Yes?
Why don't I want my videos to be hosted in my computer?
Because it's more difficult to share. If you have something that's actually hosted on a streaming service like YouTube or like Relay, it's far easier for students to just go in and do that. You can also, you can add them directly into your Canvas course as well, but the thing that separates Relay, kind of the secret sauce, is this quizzing engine that I'll show you, and I'll show you how that
And they will be hosted on their platform
on TechSmith Relay, yes.
And then if I want to download the video to my computer, can I do that, or it will always be there?
You can, yes, yeah. Yeah, primarily though, it's designed to be kind of like you record it, you hit send, it sends it off to Relay to process it and make it streaming. But yeah, you can grab those as well. I'll show you everything as I go through my demo. I'm just kind of introducing everything here. So these are most of the features here. You have the desktop recorder. You can actually take a YouTube video, pull that into Relay, and add things like the quizzing and the analytics to that. You can, like I said before, you can take any original videos that you might have on your computer or via, or that you've recorded on your device and you have somewhere, on your computer, move that into Relay, add that kind of secret sauce to it. It provides basic editing. So once you do a desktop recording, it lets you trim off the beginning and the end. So you can, you trim off, you can get it exactly to where you want. It provides analytics. Viewing analytics, once you have quizzing in there, it shows you what, how well each student did on each quiz that you added. It also has great, it also lets you directly export projects from Camtasia and Snagit. Camtasia and Snagit are both made by TechSmith, the same company. So they have a pretty deep integration. Camtasia is one of the most popular softwares for instructional designers out there because it's a more robust video editor. You can add other things like titles, transitions, other pieces of media and stuff like that into your lectures or videos. And it has a really deep Canvas integration, including single sign-on for all users, and it supports the gradebook as well, like grade passback. So if you created a quiz for your Relay video, it'll create a gradebook column and place the scores in there. And there's also a mobile app for recording things right from your camera and sending them directly to Relay as well. So it's pretty feature-packed. It's pretty attractive overall as a platform. So the way that you can use Relay is very strictly is flipping the classroom, moving all your lecture content online. You can also use this for quizzing or knowledge checks for these short lecture videos. It's not really designed as a high stakes type of thing. When you take a quiz in Relay, it lets you take it as many times as you want until you actually achieve that score. That's kind of the whole point of it. It's just a check, mostly a check for learning and understanding, as opposed to being like, okay, you only get one chance at this. It lets students take it over and over again until they get the score that they want. You can, if you want to, just create an assignment without any actually adding any quizzing questions, and it just bases their score on how much of the video they watched. So that might be kind of an interesting way to try that out until they figure it out. You know, it's like, oh, I got a 2 out of 10 on this on this assignment. Why? It's because you only watched 20% of the video. It's also great for hosting original video projects in your class. Let's say your students are, you assign your students to actually make a video. Students also have access to this tool. They can log in, have their own library, and host these videos, and then share them within Canvas via either a discussion or an assignment submission as a video. And so and that's tied into this last point, is it could be a pretty powerful tool for students delivering presentations for a fully online course. Let's say you want to have a presentation assignment. You usually have that for your face-to-face classes. Students can record their presentations and share them with the class from wherever they are, just by using the desktop recording software, recording it, uploading it, and submitting it as an assignment or as a discussion post.
So that's as an alternative to Zoom?
Yes, yeah, I would say so. And it's a lot more elegant, and it's basically purpose built for this kind of thing. Using Zoom is kind of a hack. It doesn't really, that's not what it's designed for. It's designed for, it's a web conferencing tool, so it's not going to be the best at recording lectures because that's not really what it's for. So
if we use this, we'll get a better, it'll be better than, I use Zoom.
yeah, but if you just use Zoom, you can't add these other features like quizzing and stuff like
So
that.
is the quality a little bit better with this than Zoom as well?
Yeah, I'd say so overall, yeah.
Like, you know how sometimes you record a lecture with Zoom and it gets a little grainy here and there, it's meant for this, so it looks better.
Yeah, and if you upload, especially if you upload directly from Canvas via that media tool, they really compress the hell out of those videos, so the quality's not going to be as great.
So how does that integrate with CourseArc?
It doesn't. This is two separate tools.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can use them both at the same time in your course, but they're two separate options to get at that same sort of outcome of interaction. Yeah.
So this is what the Relay website looks like on its own outside of Canvas. And you can actually go in there and log into this right now. It's ucdenver.techsmithrelay.com. You'll be able to get in with your CU Denver credentials right away. It's available right now. We're still kind of in our pilot period, but we have agreed to actually go on and take this on full time and adopt this full time. So it's available right now. When you log in, you'll see that you can actually add some folders there, and then you have a media library here. I have several recordings from using the desktop recorder. I also imported a couple of YouTube videos and just some original video files just for testing. And they're just here. They're just here for your use. And I'm going to show you what a completed video looks like with quizzing. This is one of our. This has been brought in from YouTube. It's our winter webcam video. Let's see if. Oh, sign's not coming out.
It's not coming out through here. There's something going on with the system.
Let's pretend you could hear this. But anyway, the first. It's gone up to a certain point, and I've gone ahead and I've inserted a quiz question here. So, what character from Better Off Dead is David playing? So, if you've seen Better Off Dead, it's a classic 80s movie. It's really great. We all know it's Lane Meyer, of course. So, once you submit the answer, you'll see right away you get immediate feedback that's correct or incorrect. Then you can continue. Got Amy's crazy character saying, go that way really fast. Something gets in your way, then turn. Okay. And you take the quiz. What's Amy's character's name in Better Off Dead? Is it Booger, Charles DeMar, Goose, or Biff Tannen? Of course it is Charles DeMar. Everyone knows that. I mean, yeah. And then it goes along and you continue along. So this could, so imagine this was actually like, you know, a useful video. Instead of a promotional video. Instead of something just really fun like this. Take the quiz. Will you attend Winter Web Camp? You can say yes or no. This is just a survey. You can stack questions on top of another. So at a certain point, you can have more than one question. You can stack a few in there. You can say why or why not.
I'm trying to sign in and it's not coming
Yeah,
up.
it's,
it wasn't for me either.
it's stuck.
Is it chugging along? Okay.
Yeah,
It might, I think the first time you sign in, it does take a little while to get in there. But, yeah.
That's not abnormal,
Okay.
just let it go, yeah.
Give it a shot. And then you continue on and the video, and then the video's over. So it's a nice short one to use. You have also some analytics here within each video. And when you add this to Canvas, we have the Canvas integration, this video, and a lot of this information is included underneath it. So you can go in and you can grab analytics, in a few seconds here. And you'll see viewership analytics. You can also add quizzing and stuff to any of these videos that are in here.
And Alex, it will create one gradebook column for the whole video, correct? And then
Yes.
pass back, if you decide to do that, pass back a grade into the gradebook for the whole video.
That's correct. I know I've had these up for a while now. Let me jump back into here. And so let me show you, I'll show you that the relay recorder is, you can add that by going into this website, and there's a download recorders link there that lets you download this piece of software to your computer. This is what it looks like. It just gives you a preview of what's going on your screen. You can select a camera to use if you want to stick a little talking head down there as well while you're delivering your lecture at home. If you have multiple audio sources, it'll let you select those as well. It'll give you the chance to also record system audio, which means that it would be like holding a microphone up to like the speaker on your computer. Let's say that you had some other content in there or music that was playing or something like that. You don't have to do that. It'll just record that internally.
So can this be integrated then with some sort of like external camera system for more professional sort of?
Yes, if you wanted to have something like that, as long as it was plugged into your computer somehow.
Okay.
In fact, I know that that some, like I talked to a couple of other schools that were using this system as well, and some of them had been using like a very fancy classroom recording software, and they said, you know what, I'm just going to take a webcam, hook that into the classroom computer, and we're just going to use Relay for that, as opposed to this like really, really fancy, room system, like media site. Those things, like those boxes are like 10 grand a piece or something crazy like that. It's like, oh no, I can just use a $100 really good webcam and use Relay and do that kind of recording as well. But this is primarily designed for a DIY lecture recording kind of thing, not a sophisticated room system, but.
How'd you get your head in there, the camera view?
There's a little camera button right here, and it lets you select whether you want to use the webcam or not.
Okay.
And that's how the recorder works. Let me see here. Oh, here's the analytics that's loaded on here. I'm the only one who's been watching this video, but you would see. If you place these videos within your Canvas course, it uses single sign-on to pass your students' information in there. So if you deploy this to Canvas, or you just share this link and make it shareable within your organization, that means like users have to log in. You'll see a list of the viewers and see how much they completed of the video, as well as any quizzing information as well.
So is this being used synchronous or asynchronous or either?
It's asynchronous.
Okay, so you're recording it and then you're embedding these questions
Right,
as you go.
Right, it's not a live streaming.
Okay,
It's
so you still need Zoom then if you wanted to do that.
synchronous, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you could you have your lecture on Zoom that's live, you then record it and then put that in Relay and add commentary to it later if you wanted to.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, like
I couldn't attend.
oh yeah, if you wanted to do that and then adding other extra things, or if you just wanted to make it available to your students with more comments or a quiz in it or something, you can take videos downloaded from Zoom. Because have you all used the record feature in Zoom?
Yeah.
And when you record and then it drops a file on your computer,
Right.
that file can be directly uploaded into Relay, either just to be hosted there,
Instead of
Yeah.
into Canvas.
instead of popping it directly into Canvas, yes.
You'd use this recorder tool here and you click this little upload button
Uh-huh.
and it lets you add,
And then that's where you
Video
pull your
files.
Zoom in.
yeah, you go and you just browse for your movies or whatever, but.
So is this an app that you add, like Piazza and other apps like Office 365 and those? Is this an app that you add on your left-hand bar?
For Canvas, yeah, it's an actual, I'll show you.
I mean, how do you get it?
Yeah.
You know,
Get it into Canvas.
Right now, you ask me or the help desk
oh.
for help on that because it's not, for whatever reason, for reasons, we're not deploying this to everybody in Canvas yet. I think we will, but if you're interested in doing this, talk to us and we can do it. Let me.
But that's as easy as just contacting our help desk and saying, hey, I need Relay in this course, and we'll get it done for you pretty quickly.
So if you wanted to just share this as content on like a page or an announcement or something like that, with the Relay integration, it would appear in the content editor here. See, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here, but it should, might actually have to sign me out of my other session here. But it'll bring up a TechSmith Relay window with all of your library content. Eventually,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's signing me out. Live software demos, yay. Yeah, for whatever reason, if you're logged into the external site and then you try to go into Canvas, it tries to sign you out and then sign you back into Canvas. But how refreshing! That's kind of fun. Reload.
So is there a difference between us going to this link and working in it versus you putting it into a course?
Well, if you're adding your original videos and working on that and adding quizzing and stuff like that, I would do that on the Relay website. I would just use this tool to bring the content from your library into your course. Students would work with it the same way. It lets them see, it lets you load in your information right here into Canvas. It doesn't give you all that other functionality, like you can't download the recorders from here, you can't add a YouTube video from this interface. It's a little bit more simplified. Let's say I want to add this media here, just processes and adds it right into the course. And that's really the best way to share your video is via the Canvas thing, because then your students are already signed in. They don't have to sign in to the Relay website. So let's hit save. Oops.
So just out of curiosity, because I was looking through the apps to see if Relay was in there. I haven't used many of the apps, really, the external apps for Canvas, but I did see one, Feedback Fruit. It's like an interactive
Yeah.
video
Mhm.
creation tool.
I've looked a little bit at that, but it's not something that we support directly. They're adding new stuff all the time.
I was just
Yeah.
curious, like, how it would compare if it's.
We have no idea.
Okay.
But if you look into it, we would love to hear from you,
Okay.
Yeah.
so
I
that we
think,
can answer that question
actually-
next time someone asks, yeah.
I did look at it, and I think it does require an agreement of some kind.
Oh, okay.
Institutional level agreement.
Oh, like we can't just use it just because it shows up in Canvas?
That's correct, yeah, a lot of
Okay,
times
good to
those tools require like you to be.
Yeah,
in
what
a
she's
university
talking
or-
about, within Canvas, there's where you can go see the list of apps, of like available apps. And what that is just, it's stuff that exists that plugs into Canvas. Some of it is free to use, Some of it can be embedded just at your own course level, and you can do that without anything else. Some of it is stuff that is paid for, that either you have to pay for or your institution has to pay for, and some of it's stuff that has to be added at an administrative level to Canvas. So not everything you see in there is something that you can just go get and put in your course, but if you find something that you're really interested in using, contact us, because we're happy to either look into it, or if it's just that you need help getting it set up and it's something that can absolutely just be used in your course, we're happy to help.
Thank you.
Cool. And so, basically, if you add this just as content, you can add it via the content editor. If you want to create a gradebook column, you create an assignment, and then use the external tool. So I'll show you quickly where you find that. Go to an assignment. You would add, instead of just adding it in the content editor here, if you actually want to create a grade column, it has to be an external tool. You find TechSmith Relay. Once you hit once you hit save, then I'll let you browse for the video that you want to add. As if it's a video with quizzing on there, then you can just plug that right in. The one thing I think to be conscious of, kind of like if you're using those rubrics, you want to make sure that the points that you have on that quiz match up with the points in the assignment. But that's one thing to look out for. But other than that, you just go ahead and add the media to the assignment, and the students go through and they complete the quizzing and all that kind of stuff. So I know this is kind of a quick whirlwind tour of Relay, but I hope you'll give it a shot.
Yeah, our
Try it
thought was we're gonna take 20, 30 minutes to let you all play with this while we're here to help. Well, really, while Alex is here to help you,
Yeah.
because he's the expert. I know a little bit, but I'm still learning. So that was our thought right now, is allow you, if you want to sign up for the Course Art pilot, so that I can get emails over, because I'm talking to her at 2:30, so I'm gonna pass emails over. So if you know for sure you want to do it, sign up. It's not that you can't sign up later, it's just that if you want to be in the first wave of people to get access to it, go to that link, grab Relay, play with it a little bit, or if there's something else you're wanting to work on now, we'll convene again for our next session in about 25 minutes or so.
One thing to add to down the bottom, this is some extra little benefit they threw our way. Once we get our full license, which should go into effect around July 1st, we have a site license for Camtasia and Snagit. So you get the robust Camtasia video editor, Snagit, which does great image capture and annotation. Get that for free.
And other Amy on our team is going to do a preview of those tomorrow, so you can see what that is.
But yeah, they're really robust tools. Camtasia lets you do a lot more edit than just edit off the beginning and the end. The desktop recorder is really simple, easy to use. Camtasia is a little bit more complicated, but more robust for sure. And it basically just has like a one-button export. You go through export to Relay, click the button. You don't have to worry about downloading a file, saving it somewhere, and then re-uploading it. You just click a button and send your project right over to Relay. It's pretty cool. One thing to note too with Snagit's pretty lightweight. Camtasia requires a little horsepower. I mean, it's not like it's not like, like using Final Cut or Premiere. It's not that heavy duty, but it's a heavy duty piece of software. So you want to make sure that your computer is up to spec as well.
It's probably the easiest, the most user-friendly, robust video editing software I've ever seen. Yeah, the learning curve is a lot smaller than on anything else.
I imagine we'll probably offer a couple workshops here and there once we have it available, just to go over the basics, but it's a very cool piece of software. So, you want to
have at it, we're here.
get started?
I would love a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a file size limit
Do you have a question?
when you're uploading a video?
Not that no.
I tried uploading video and it failed.
Like how big was it?
Let me see. Let me see here.
Well, the Canvas limit is 500.
Well, I'm just trying to get it into into TechSmith.
Yeah. It shouldn't
Yeah,
be,
it's
but,
okay. I've had giant ones.
I think if it's a big file in any case, like a stable internet connection is usually essential for that. Because it takes, it might take a while. So did you try like several times or?
I'm trying again now.
Okay. So how big is that original one? Do you have any information?
It's unable to process media. It's
What kind of file is it?
an MP4. So it'd be what, 90 megabytes? It's 905,000 kilobytes.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, so it's unable to process media.
That's almost a gig, right?
Are you wanting the entire class to see results for the whole class, or are you wanting them to sort of?
Maybe if you remove those parentheses from the file
Maybe it's
name.
just filing.
I love that you see relay to me. So,
Email me one here, and I have it. But if I email them back, they don't.
you do that purposely? Okay.
Just like drop it.
Oh, it's okay.
The responses.
Like, if you email me, it's like super easy. But if I email you, you're like, whatever.
I think the other
Oh.
class has
Yeah.
graphs and charts
Doesn't have to
that
do with
pop up
this,
with
but
that
just-
give you an overview of the results that are in like pie chart on that page.
Yeah, this is
So I'm just thinking if each team has their own form, create a form and then just duplicate it for however many
Firefox
teams.
updated.
And then give ownership of that form to everyone on
I
the team.
want to keep.
They go through, they fill their response, and then they go back to board, and they see all the responses, and then they can drill down to specific questions. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as what
So,
you're
yeah,
going to do with that, maybe the best, because you can, we saw it today, you can embed that right in your campus.
Yeah.
So,
Our biggest
yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't help it yet, I'm just trying to
I
work
think
something.
that's okay.
Yeah.
My other issue is that I almost tend to free taking credit.
Exactly.
And so I was
Like,
like,
the instant.
how do you get them their results?
Yeah.
And so if a team does it.
Have either of you guys used the relay?
No, I've tried and I was running
It's
this
instant.
this
Like,
issue
the
before.
second you hit save, it's there.
So I don't know the
What's
file
the
size.
Everything is just as it's recorded.
I mean, I wonder if
So, yeah, I might just, even just pop it to Google Drive and make one and play with it.
Is it
and
okay
kind of
with
see
voice?
what it'll do is, on the form itself, there's no little tab that says responses, and it'll show you on the
Usually
first
get around
page,
that, I
it'll
upload
do
them
all
to
the
YouTube.
responses in like
And I
Google
upload
form.
them as
And then you can
unlisted
go response by
videos, so
response
you
and
can
see all of
search
them.
them. You have
You
to-
can also open up a new Google Sheet, which is their spreadsheet, that just has it all in spreadsheet form.
No, wait, I tried
That
uploading it
just
to YouTube
makes
and I
it
can get that to
automatically, you
YouTube
put,
either.
that makes it like a little sheet that everyone does, has permissions, of the form has permissions.
So like, if there's like
And
a
then it'll
rush,
show you all that stuff. And it also gives you a timestamp as well on those, so that
There's
you can go
public,
in and say, well, you
private,
did it,
and
but you did it after class.
Right.
So, you know, no, or
like
half
sometimes
credit or whatever, and it also gives
students
the
are doing
the ability to
something
say,
and they want
hey,
to
Yeah,
dude,
really
you did this 5 minutes ago, what's wrong with you, you know?
And how do you provide it that?
Haha, I'm taking your link and put it on the interweb. Yes,
And it
well, what
probably
you could do on a Google form is if they don't put their name in, then you don't know who's
But at least it
commenting.
offers like some, like
a
just.
little
Yeah, we were talking a
Yeah.
specific case for her,
Yeah,
as
that
far
makes-
as having a ton of students and wanting them to be able to see all the feedback, that
Women.
to see everything everyone put on the form. So it could be anonymous or not anonymous.
If you don't.
and culturally.
And
It's
then,
really,
so I have these, a team doing their own, is there a way to compile
Yeah, cause
myself on the back
within
end?
Canvas recorder.
All of the information from
It
all the
gets
forms,
it
well,
can bug
you will have all the data
Just the
in,
rich text.
in separate spreadsheets, so you could turn it into one
And you
spreadsheet.
can't
And I'm
edit it.
guessing, I don't know enough about Google Sheets, but I'm guessing just like in Excel, there's ways
Yeah,
to
we use
graph
that a lot
charts.
for. I use the
So
big
if
one.
you just copy paste it all into one spreadsheet and then graph and chart it, or even drop it into Excel and graph and chart it, you'll be able to.
So one thing I'm kind of intrigued by is, you know,
I was just wondering
every
if you're,
graduate school.
I was just curious if it had
Yellows are really organized.
Never
Yeah.
used those icons.
Whatever.
I love things where like, I would like to
Question
use it, but
like,
at the same time,
does
like,
this one
when
profession
you're
read
managing
off
some
yellow?
courses,
Yes.
it's like,
And,
you
you
know,
know,
or
or
is
is
it
it
like,
like,
has a video, we can really
have
use
to
it
go
for,
with one orange.
cause I don't wanna use it to make it
Yeah.
boring.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
More
absolutely.
boring,
So you
and, you
could,
know.
if you want all that
Just
data,
like questions
you
about
could
it.
also,
Yeah, no,
then,
it's
in the class time, create a poll, stickers or like something Margaret showed, that then is, let's talk about the whole class, okay, and then they're answering questions in real time, like, you know, what is your color? And they do that, what is your team, like, what's on your team, like, you know, what team are you on, what color, like, all those things that then would immediately be up there. So there's two ways, you can either
I don't
process the data that you get for them, or you can do it real time.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
in the
maybe
middle
like
of Google.
I'm in the middle of
it right now, because I do
Yeah.
Did you have-
And then also, because originally my net was click on style, I was gonna ask, but then we have, like, how do you add?
That's
Like,
what
how do you put like
Yeah.
everybody in there, or is it just by classroom?
Yeah, you probably don't wanna be back with it.
Yeah. Oh, how interesting. So interesting, are they all synchronous?
Like, see my shadowy
face? I mean, how, that's kind of cool though, if you're all using the same polling software,
Yeah, right.
they can see across every one of those classes.
That's kind of what it is. I don't know, yes, or last year, after creating it.
Yeah.
So if you want to see your whole picture, right? You want everybody to see the feedback.
Immediately.
Right,
Yeah.
right, but
Yeah, I don't know,
it takes
for whatever
less
reason.
time,
it's
yes, don't know how much everybody really starts up on their smartphone.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay,
they'll- maybe they
So
won't.
then, did you do a
It's
title?
really getting back
And
at
then,
what's our priority.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Exactly,
Oh,
so teams do it.
But
I don't know
So
how
maybe
now.
maybe the answer is someone processes the data from all of it. That's maybe a 30-minute project, and then that data gets shared with all the classes.
Yeah,
right.
Like, 5 minutes.
Now what?
You saw your team, here's
how
the
do you add
entire
questions or quiz votes
of everyone who's doing
I
this.
don't know.
Here's what the data is for your whole.
I like that. Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah,
For the
something
Google
about-
Sheet, would you be able to see who graded the people?
It depends, so it depends on how you do it. It depends on what fields you have on the form, because the response is just
Yeah, your
gonna
computer's
be
just going really,
the
really
data
slow,
for whatever
too.
fields you
Like,
have. So
all
if you have a
other
name
shit.
field
Oh,
on
there
the
we
Google form and they put their name in, then yes. So that's why like Google Forms isn't always the best answer for like anonymous feedback in that sense. For what she was talking about, because she's really wanting the whole team to see all these responses, and it's like a personality type thing, so it's not really something that has to be
Yeah.
great.
add
It ends up being a good platform, but for something where you're wanting you
I'll
to
check
see
with
names,
them
but
if
then
that's-
not
that's
to,
okay.
like,
Go ahead,
Canvas
go ahead
survey
for
might be
that.
a great, might be the best thing to use, or CatMe, or one of these other things that allows you to
So I
have
did just like a
anonymous if
10-second
you want,
thing.
but not anonymous if you're.
So you'll wanna go to the
Yeah,
Reddit
it's a
website.
Canvas survey, would that be a
where you originally
quiz?
If you go through
downloaded
quizzes
that,
and
you
choose
go to My
ungraded
Library.
survey,
Oh.
that's a way to do that, so
You do
that
the
you can
submit,
see that
and
the
that's where
responses
it's
are
at.
there,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
should,
popping up in
you
your
should take some
gradebook or
minutes
doing
to-
anything like
to-
that, and
to
that you could,
process any of
that,
those,
yeah, you have the
files.
options there about how, if we want it
I'd
anonymous
say,
or
yeah,
not.
I think it's still.
Got it.
Because
So
another, I
then
mean,
it's
another
like-
one for
Right
students
there,
is if you
so
say, I
once
want
that-
feedback on your
once that
group,
fills
but
in,
I'm not
you
even
should
gonna know
be
who
able
gives
to
me the
screenshot
feedback.
it.
You know, that's a place too, if you just wanna give them the opportunity to say, hey, I thought you should know this was going on, but they don't wanna be the tattletale. That's a, undergrads, really, that can be helpful with. I used to actually do group feedback in Google
Yeah, there you go, so click on the video itself.
It was really interesting to some of the feedback that I got some great stuff.
I think
I
so,
got-
yeah, you should be able to.
I got less of the, like, everybody gets an A than I expected, and even like I had them rate themselves, and they would usually rate themselves a little lower than their group would.
Yeah, we do self-rating
Yeah.
and the team rating.
Yeah,
And then we do averages, so how
Just give
they,
it a second.
how that
so-
person rated everyone,
So waiting
how
for
everyone rated that person.
yeah, so it is, there's all kinds of ways to grab
Right.
that data, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool, I'm like, I wanna see your spread, I wanna see that when
I
it's
know.
done, what a cool thing.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, if you're doing this and creating the forums and then creating the big thing, we are doing something here, and I know I'm leaving,
Well,
about my
shit,
expenses, but I'm hoping someone's taking it, we're doing something called faculty weblogs, where we record a weblog where a faculty member shows something cool that they're doing, I would love. This is exactly the kind of thing that would be fabulous for
It's
that.
so exciting.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute, you know, we screencast you showing what you did and talking about it.
Let's take another one.
Yes,
Can I ask another question?
of course.
So creating the 90.
Well, you only need one form per group. You don't need one per student. You just need one per group. Whoever you want to have access to that form, to the results of that form is who needs to be on that form.
So there's 90 teams.
There's 90 teams, so it would be, my suggestion is create one and then make 90 copies. Rename them as you make them.
That's what I was gonna say, so you just would rename by team number,
Yes.
and then how do you
Probably,
measure
yeah.
one member
You did it over here.
team was Google form?
I would, honestly, make another Google form that has your email, Google email and team number, and then sort it by team number and copy, because you're gonna have, that's the only problem, is permission wise, you're gonna have to give permission to each of those forms. I don't know the way with Google to self-select permission forms. You know what I'm saying? So in order to, if you have Google Drive, if I create a form on Google Drive, in order to give it to you to have access to, actually, you could do it with links. If you trust your students not to go to the wrong form, you could just, share a link, create a document somewhere or even in Canvas that just has team 1, click here, team 2, click here, and then you just do the link for each of those forms. So they just go to Canvas, click on the link for their form, and it takes them to their team, takes them straight to Google. That's probably the way to do that, so you don't have to manually. And you just have to make sure that when you're in your permissions in Google Drive, you select anyone with a link can edit.
Okay.
And this is, you're trusting that other teams aren't gonna mess with it. It doesn't sound like something that people would go in unintentionally.
Well, you just have some people don't even know their team number after, you know.
Exactly.
There we go,
sessions.
for both at the same time.
You want to add quizzing to it.
Yeah.
Basically,
I
from
think
another
that,
preview
because
of
I've
your
actually thought
video,
about this
and then you
before,
play it, and you
using
have certain
Google Forms for
things.
something else, like I did a course,
Stop,
Yeah.
type in your name and add
Grand
a
variation,
like I
like
was trying to make a
multiple choice,
spreadsheet,
right.
you click on their,
and can you add
their
Yeah.
form, but then my question is, do they have to have a
It's good. If you wanted to do like a comment, you could actually just make it
Okay.
one question.
They don't think so.
Quiz
I
question,
don't think
question,
they
you want to
NP4.
respond
They
to.
don't, they don't have,
Whatever.
because it
PowerPoint
wasn't
that I
editing
Put
rights
it in
to it,
Camtasia.
but they'll be able to see it since it's web
Where's the
based.
save? Save
They
now.
don't have to
or
go
if
you
to
want
their
to
Google Drive to
Right.
edit it.
So that's what.
under there's a folder that she's created, the pharmacy log.
Well,
Okay, let
I
me,
know our
I need
using
to
number,
go.
kind of does it too.
it doesn't.
Are you
Also, where I don't
That's
have
when we're
to.
in Google School. The other option for you to explore,
Are you
and I
using
don't know
Yes?
much about it, is the
Oh.
forms function for Office 365.
Oh, okay.
That you can explore that a little and see if it works the same way.
So are
Since
you
we're
on
in
that?
Office
Can you click
365
the button?
school, you email automatically to
Yeah.
the forms in Office 365, so that might
What?
be worth a 20-minute
DDP
tour to see if
pharmacy
it
law or
does some of this.
Oh, okay, the PRDI.
Because if it does, maybe that's the answer,
2017.
because it's,
HIPAA,
because you're
And then
able
J?
to use that with your UC Denver.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And I believe you would access that just through, the web portal, like where you would go get to your mail. I think that's where you would go.
Apparently after
To
20
find
minutes,
the-
you'll be able to edit.
The word.
Yeah.
The web version, not the desktop.
I don't know why that.
But then as far as on campus and the students accessing it,
You could do the
You
same
have
thing
the,
with Office
you probably have
365.
a recorder on.
You probably have.
Yeah, something's wrong with the file.
okay.
Have links to that, or
Camtasia just said cannot find the
pages
file.
for each team.
It's either
I mean,
unsupported media type or required codecs are not
Yeah.
found.
I'm trying to get them to use their group space more
Uh-huh.
and actually know how to get to their team page.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if she did
You
something.
can embed these
That's like-
anywhere that you want.
I wonder if I can play it.
I couldn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
I couldn't play it.
Editor, you should be able to.
Uh,
So does it
Well, that would
overlay
explain
it,
that.
like
The Office
caption it?
365 ones work the same way.
It pops up just.
I wonder if I never finished saving that one,
Not 100%
actually.
sure on that, but I would
Demo,
guess
it'll
so.
show
I think I
Like if it was downloading the recording and then like you
Yeah.
exited or something.
You know, and they're trying to compete.
It's a really big file though.
Just your opinion.
Well, I
Do
deleted
you
it.
think it would be safer to embed it in our Snagit just move it
So
to page?
where's the other
Or
one?
like discussion board versus the document.
The original.
If you're already creating.
Oh, does it already have the audio in it?
Mhm.
Oh, so you just need to make a new one?
Yeah.
If you're already doing that, there's already a
And all the
space
timings and
that
stuff when you're
you're wanting, that each team
I don't know what I
has
did
their
with
own
this one.
space where you
I
can
don't
put, where you're able to embed that, I would just do that because then it'll.
You're like,
But I'm
that's
wondering-
why I couldn't use it.
I'm wondering if I didn't,
You have to play with it to make sure you have all the
I
functionality.
mean, you don't have any transitions in.
no.
Yeah.
It says you're working on this.
I love this, this is cool.
It's 42 slides.
Yeah, like what a huge, like,
Yikes.
what a
This is
cool
really
thing.
ugly.
Like,
Let's say,
Like,
the question, that's what the.
I mean, I'm complaining about it, and
how
how
is the line? Like, it's not even centered or right side, it's like in between.
That's a lot.
I keep trying to tell our.
OCD students are spending money.
I'm not OCD, but I'm like,
You're a little OCD.
well, and it's dark, so like, it does the handout.
Yeah.
The way that you
So
want
much,
things.
like,
Have the
and so
base,
they'll
try
tell you, like,
to do it all, like,
It's so funny
doing
because
stuff
I
for all of
like
them
her first
at the same time.
it's all
like the template for the school and everything.
Mhm.
Well, one of our other partners is some critical care.
I mean, cool, really cool.
Like it looks like an angel.
By
And then,
default, it's
You
just
know, we're getting,
that
we're.
size.
It's just like,
we're
cool. I don't have time to fix your 80
If you
slides
wanted
Yeah.
that I've split up into.
But even look, I mean, like, look at her image on the, oh, because I think it used to move where it doesn't.
But they're all volunteer, now I have to train them. So many different ways. Like, it's
Thought
just,
about
right there. Why do I change my, this is the other thing I wanted to ask you about.
That's
Another
it.
thing
You
is
have your
you're
background. But why does she have all those transitions in there? If
Do your
it's not a
research
video
later,
or like
Denver credentials. Do they
a
get,
show.
How
do they get
so
the-
if I try to add
those
students,
don't.
it says he's available.
Yeah, they're just-
Where the heck's the
There
check?
is
Yeah.
a free
Correct or
Canvas.
incorrect.
We use the free Canvas.
This is gonna be one of her slides.
That's, so that was sort of the.
I mean, to the audio work to make
My
them
guess
up.
is if they're.
So now they are,
They're
like,
like,
when you
they're
get a
actually-
TLI, it match the,
Yeah.
like, jumping time, so it's
Yeah.
zero. So,
If you're over that, if they're able to get into UC Denver campus, then yes, they can be enrolled as students in UC Denver campus course, which means we can, all you have to do is request to go through the course.
Okay.
Alex, when you get a chance, I'm having some
That's what,
problems
that,
with
this year, they're like, we
So
want.
I've added a
Yeah.
second
It's great that
question.
they can see the students now, but we wanna be able to give them all the.
It's just
You gotta
it's
reply to
saving
your
any
email about the
existing
summer hours.
results.
And have our own
So if
discussion.
you haven't had.
No, when I
any
said
work,
I was looking for something more creative.
For the instructors up there, the students, you have
Once
the
you're
ability
finished,
to
you add
keep
everything
that
in,
open so
pull it out.
that they can
Students
have
watch
access
it,
to that
you go back
course
and try it.
indefinitely. So they can go back and get any.
Ah,
So, yeah.
Okay.
And if you need help setting that up, just make an appointment, like maybe come to you, like, yeah.
About the afternoon, because it must be the sun, because there's a huge difference.
Yesterday though, it was like doom and gloom in the background.
Yeah, did it rain? I can't remember, I don't think it did, it just kind of did it to gloss over. Did it rain?
I got it, we got it thunderstorm.
Not in Aurora.
I live in Centennial, it's bone dry when I,
Only taking you to work when you take public transport.
45 minutes, I do not, I can't take the light rail, I get so sick. So drive, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Today was an hour.
Well, today they decided to close down 2 lanes of speed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, and there was nothing happening, I understand they're setting up.
I think there was like
What were
one
they changing
pothole.
it for?
Yeah,
Like
they
one.
had all of these huge,
Oh, why couldn't they do that between like 10 to 2? Like,
well, exactly, it was literally during the rush hour, and they were just, they had their big, huge, asphalt truck
Just
there,
like
that
a discussion here and all that.
This makes
That
plenty
might
of
be the way to
sense.
do it, because then you can.
Of course, people get so angry, you know, I hear honking, and you're like, I see arms up in the air.
So it would be,
We all have to settle down.
Yeah,
We'll make it, we will.
Well, and then where I was leaving, because I take Alameda all the way and then get on First and Spear.
Oh, yeah.
But I crossed over 225 and they wouldn't let anyone on 225 from Alameda. They blocked the on-ramp
Oh, you're
going
fine.
north.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know.
There must have been an accident, don't you?
So.
Yeah, because they had the cop cars like blocking
You go to the.
all of it. I was like, I texted Matt. I was like, you need to go a different way to work because you can make it on the highway.
Are you saying create, like the content page on each of their? Like right now, they don't use this at all. We can do a homepage or a discussion.
I would do pages, like maybe pages that become the homepage that will exist right there as the group's homepage, because you can set that as the group's homepage. And then every time they go into their pages, that's what pops up first, and I'll put stuff there. That's what that's what I might say would be easy, because then you can the form right there. And the nice thing is, if you wanted to, I think, once you create a page as well, actually, what if I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to get an easy way to do this, so that you could create a template and then just copy.
So I should together your name.
Are you still deciding? Do they just send you a file and then you print it? So you'll have it right away?
I'll have it within 1 to 2 business
Okay,
days.
so I just have two questions at these two spots, just
I was gonna say,
so now this is already.
Wait, get back to you.
No, I send them the information, they send it, and then they send me the.
No, I meant.
So
okay.
Right now, it's just.
Here's.
Yeah.
And then, when class.
So how do I?
And we just do one
Should I
presentation.
everything?
I'm not sure if I can.
Let's go to, do you have that recorder?
I want to show a little character to come in.
Break it up, like.
Cartwheel.
If you wanna break it up. I like to say, if your page does look too long, I see
Here,
here,
that's when that's usually.
I think because they let you do
We all
this,
were.
I really like it.
When you first started using PowerPoint.
As much as you can, you know,
My
they
work
fit in there.
literally cartwheel in and explode.
Blew
my mind.
Everything,
It's like cartwheel in, it spins. Everything gets a presentation. Every letter, every single one.
It was great. Fabulous. Yeah, the first time through PowerPoint, I'll literally take like an hour because.
They're excited. They try to support that. It's enthusiasm.
It is.
I love that.
Find theirs. And on.
I was just watching.
Yeah.
Actually, you watch this page.
Like these prints, are you serious?
I get so excited about school.
Create a
More so than
template, and then before you
So
actually
we get
put
the
it in
list,
the template, you
going.
copy that into.
Just because you were still in the editing.
Oh, right,
Every
remember,
year.
because you can't
I
use the
smell
same page, you have to have 90
So what,
versions.
I mean, what is
It should be
in
a
these days? I mean, trapper keepers, are those even still?
No,
we do not do trapper keepers. They're too
So
big and bulky.
that
This is actually recording.
So Eliza's just
that.
a tub? A tub.
Because
Because they
that's
sit
probably
it.
the best way
Okay,
to do
so
that. And the other thing that you can do, if you've got multiple people working on this, like you want help, create your page, share it to everyone who's coming.
So.
And then everyone.
Does your school do the same, like, I just got an email from Allie's school where I can just purchase, like, their school supplies from the school, like it's.
Really?
So you don't have to go shopping at all?
They kind of, yeah, they in a sense do it for you.
Is it about the same price or do you pay?
I was looking at like 36, I think it was like 36 or 40 bucks, I was like, that's pretty
That
much what I
is
pay.
not bad at all.
For school supplies, so.
For everything you need for the whole year?
Is it a charter school or?
Public. Yeah, it's
Seems like a good
preferential.
Okay. No, we have to go. And it's.
Because you make your kids go?
Make
Here.
your.
Being on us.
Everybody's fun.
Weird, how does it affect?
The same things with the third grader. So that was, I just had to write.
Oh, fabulous. That's great.
All eyes are getting it, so therefore he needed it. I was like, you need help on today. Like, you're such a
Out of it.
This is my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
And you're ruining it for me. but this year should be different. Corbin wanted to go the day school let out to go get things for first grade.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to have more shelves at
So
the
I'm like,
students.
all right, sweetheart. So we went to Barnes and Noble because they have those developmental.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so excited.
It is.
That's great.
I
That's great.
Yeah.
That's neat.
He wants business. His name on them. A lot of it is.
So this is the
research,
thing.
husband. I have not heard this from him.
He sees daddy.
Yeah. He wants all of ours. All right. Actually, that might be a good idea, Corbin Miller. 6-year-old.
He's looking out of the business.
Please contact me if you need any information on being a 6-year-old.
Does he have an email address?
Eliza does.
Eliza
He does through the school.
Okay. Know that we are here,
Yeah,
we are here.
He uses Eliza
We're
through
not-
we're getting new ideas. But she does. And she builds her Google slides and because I get.
Allie put together a presentation using Google Slides on why she should be able to have a pet.
Oh my gosh. That is so.
Like
That's the thoughts that I want. Yes.
I love it. Compelling arguments is, it's gonna be an ungraded thing. I love this.
It's like the same stuff as when we were kids, only instead of, here are my
Then
drawings that
right.
are drawn out, and then my presentation.
Let me click on my
actually
laptop.
choose your greatest
Yeah.
ungraded survey.
Here's my presentation.
Yeah, set it up, and then that's just a good place. And it behaves like.
Now we do.
She won.
She won this argument.
Wow. That's a good presentation right
Yeah,
there.
that
What happened was,
So
so they
I'm
have
not 100%
fish in their classroom
about that.
as per their
She wanted
science
to
unit, and so they were,
link to the survey.
the teacher needed them to go home, and so,
Enough about.
that was what her presentation
Survey
was about, why she'd be able to bring the fish home. So first she brought the fish home.
Yeah, if they have.
Fish are so,
They just
finicky.
I know.
You don't
I
wanna be
would
the
never
kid that
want
put
to
the
fish. I know.
Or the parent that has the kid.
Oh, yeah.
So the fish went, but the fish went to her dad's house now.
You get access through.
And then this past weekend, we were back in southern Colorado, which is where I'm from. And while we were there, she found a kitten that was like stuck in the bush, it was tiny, tiny. And so now.
That's free because you're a fee person.
How old is it's old enough to eat, so like it's eating, they'll eat dry food, so.
And you're sure it's a girl?
I'm pretty sure.
Sure, says like a little bit.
It has.
I was like,
It is. Oh, yeah, it is. Once you learn how to use it, it's.
And then
It's great.
I don't know.
Last time.
I didn't understand.
No, I mean, did
Difficult
they
to
tell?
determine if they're male.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't
no,
do,
you're
I
right.
didn't
I
do
don't-
any of that.
but
I
Yeah, well,
I looked at
myself
it,
when
but
it's
it's like, I
It'll
don't
be
see.
funny if you go to the vet and they're like, Margot's a boy.
It's